Who are the bad guys? Tell us about the bad guys. We want to know who they are.
The bad guys are a rogue cyborg army from America called Omega Force, and they're basically the equivalent of the Navy SEALs, but a little bit kind of a bit shitter. And they've gone rogue, and they're led by a guy called Colonel Ike Sloan, who is 95% cyborg, and he's gone a little bit crazy, and he is a bit tired of humans and humanity, so he hatches a plan to turn humans into slaves and for machines to rule the world. And your job is to try and stop that plan. Try and stop the plan, that's for sure.
Got it. I'm looking at Pixel's face as she's playing right now, and she can't hear us, but
She
she's
looks really annoyed.
she's like, "What's going on?" She actually played all day today and a couple times this week, so she's going back over it again.
She had to practice.
Yeah, just to make sure. Yeah,
Trying to look
Pixel.
good
We
for
need to
this
make sure
stream.
Pixel's good on stream. So is there an overall tone to the game? I know, like with Far Cry 3, Insanity, that's like what they pretty much push down our throats. Insanity, Insanity. Does Blood Dragon have any overall tone to it?
Well, yeah, there's a few really. The main one that we wanted to get, it's more of the aesthetic. So wanted to go for that kind of dystopian neon futuristic look, and that tone that comes with it. And uh, again, it goes back to nostalgia, and we wanted it to be a very nostalgic experience. So for those that kind of lived through this time and saw media of that period, it will kind of transport them back to that time, and for those that weren't around there, they can get a little history lesson in what some sci-fi movies that used to look like back in the day. Low budget, cheap as fuck, not very good special effects. Um,
Those are always the best movies, though.
That's
So
true.
translating it into that, I mean, it seems like it
that
works.
was, I was very impressed with that kill that she just did. Then Go Pixel, nice.
Yay, Pixel! Yay, Pixel! We gotta scream to her so she
You
can
got
hear
the
us.
Steam seal of approval.
So, what are some of the unique types of gameplay that people will see throughout this game?
Well, we'll see some in a little bit, but after this level, this first tutorial level, you're gonna bump into things called blood dragons, and uh, they are quite the titular experience. They are possibly prehistoric creatures um, that shoot lasers from their eyes. And for some reason, they're inhabiting this island. And Sloan and Omega Force, that's the reason that they're here, because they want to use these dragons as they're researching them for some bioweapons that they want to create. Um, but yeah, I don't want to go too much into that shit because it's
No spoilers.
spoilers.
No
Like,
spoilers. We could just make up our own ending and say that's what it
oh,
is.
Keep
look,
that
look,
in there.
someone wrote in
Oh, nice shot.
capital letters, like, "I love you, Dean Evans." Isn't that the best? Oh,
Aww.
I
KG
feel so
Yay.
good
Bram.
because I'm really normally quite like depressed and sad, so it's nice to have such like wonderful moments like that. Oh, look, someone else loves me more. Oh, look at this.
They're gonna
Now
fight
they're
now for
fighting.
you. Dang it.
What? Watch my head. Watch my head. You see, it's swelling.
Oh
My head,
no.
ladies and gentlemen.
So what are some of the
Um,
new features in Blood Dragon that, we haven't seen in anything that was Far Cry related? Is there anything in this that's just super
oh yeah,
unique?
my like honest, and it's something that most people who've been playing the game haven't worked this out yet, and I don't even know if Pixel's worked this out yet. You can do takedowns from the ground, so you can jump on people. You can just
Oh.
Ooh.
you can run, jump, and you'll do like death from above from ground level,
I don't think
and
I've ever done that.
it's certainly the way I like to play the game is just not shooting anyone. Sometimes do a playthrough where you don't shoot hardly anyone, you just stab them each time.
I would
That's
probably
when
fail at that.
playing like when I play Call of Duty, you know I'm the sort of player that I just run around the corner run around the edge
Nice.
of the map and just stab people.
I was gonna say you're knife man, running around
Yeah.
just knife. Okay.
I'm down with that.
You're the annoying teammate that nobody wants on the team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I figured.
I grief and I troll, and
We should be best friends. I
I
think Dean
a
and I
bond
yeah.
has been
I
created.
really
E3,
miss,
you and I, we're gonna troll
miss-
everybody.
I miss playing like the desert combat mod for Battlefield, and just griefing people with mortars. I love team killing. It's great. I'm a total asshole game player. Unless it's like, you know, I'm with my friends playing Battlefield. We're all good and we'll work together.
Try to be
But yeah.
serious.
Yeah,
Try hards.
I'm an asshole online. I really am. I'm trying to get better. You know, I'm 12 years old, so. You know,
I think we're all 12 at heart. So in the game, are there any side, quests or missions at all? Or is it just straight through one story? Or is there any, like, random things you can go off in?
Yeah, there's a bunch of side missions. So you'll see it a little bit later in the game. You've got these bases that you can take over called garrisons. When you take over a garrison, it unlocks side missions and all that shit. Oh dear, it's already started.
Oh god.
Contest, let's go.
Yeah, we were having a chat before the stream started.
You're just gonna call me out like that in front of
We're
all
doing
these
it.
people.
All
Yeah,
these
why
people.
not? Honestly, if you're a girl and you can burp, that is an amazing skill. Like, and it's not something you should have. You should like hide behind. Not something that should be like kept secret. It's spectacular when a female can belch. Like,
I'll just do
like a
it
champion.
while you're like in serious thought. I'm just gonna do it while you're talking on one of the questions.
Okay.
Sound good?
I don't really have very many serious.
Either do we, so it works. Okay,
Jump on some people. Like,
she can't hear us. We gotta scream to her.
Oh, the next room, the way the room has been designed, when you do the defense sequence, is to do like proper like cross map takedowns. You know, I'm looking forward to when people like start playing through again and again and find these little
Differences
awesome
and different
setups.
ways to do
Like
it.
the LD setups are there for you to like kick some ass with takedowns. But yeah, there's a lot of different ways you can play through this game, that's for sure. But yeah, overall content, like it's gonna, depending on what sort of gamer you are, you know, like the story's gonna take you like probably about 3-4 hours to go through, and then if you play all the side content, you know, depending on how crap you are at playing games or how distracted you are with all like the encounter systems and all of that. But it's around about like 8 hours.
So if you're Siren, it takes about 12. Then okay,
Good.
that's okay. At least I get the value out of my game. So take
like
my
to
time.
Experience.
Correct, experience. It's a good way to put it. So how many different? I've seen. I saw her playing earlier today, and I saw a bunch of animals. Some that I kind of familiar to Far Cry 3. What other animals are in the game? And maybe tell us a little bit about the blood dragons, a little bit more about them for people that are just joining.
First of all, can we just talk about the mission failure that went on there?
Yes, we can.
Look at her face.
By not
Oh!
protecting
Bad
your
language
friend.
from Pixel.
I'm so you didn't protect your friend. I'm very upset.
This Pixel.
Yeah, we've reskinned a bunch of the animals from Far Cry 3. So we've turned the crocodiles into Robo Crocs. We've turned the dogs into Robo Dogs. So, you know, simple chrome shaders with some glowing eyes. And we changed their audio a little bit as well.
And then I saw the sharks still. So
Cyber sharks.
Cyber sharks. Cool. So is the game open world in a sense, or is it?
Absolutely. It's Far Cry 3, right? So you know, there is the open world, but you know, we wanted to do some like interior missions as well, and like shoot lasers in corridors, which is always fun. So, but yeah, we've got like mutated cassowaries, which are. Yeah, the cassowaries are arseholes in Far Cry 3.
So let's get into music. I've heard the soundtrack so far. The soundtrack's pretty badass. Like, do you guys have an in-house, music team, or is that something that you guys outsource? Where does music come from?
I just was walking down the street and I found like this compact disc that was shining in a light, and it was etched on it. This is for you, Dean. And I had no idea where it came from. But a voice told me that it came from the future. It came from
Oh.
2043, and it was made by two lawyers from Los Angeles called Power Glove, and they had sent this music back to entertain the masses. So yeah, the music, it is done by Power Glove. These guys kick ass. Two wonderful guys from Melbourne in Australia,
Awesome.
and like I watched a movie a few years back of called Hobo with a Shotgun, and there was a fantastic scene in there that featured one of their songs called Hunters. And when I watched that movie, I thought these guys would be awesome in a video game. It's not very often that we get to play shooter games with like fucking awesome like electro sounds, you know. We normally
Yeah.
just get big like epic orchestral pieces, but it's nice to have some like you know, bit of electronica, you know. It's you don't get it very often.
I love it.
So, really quick, you guys have one more chance to retweet from the Fragdoll stream about this event, and then we're gonna select a winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. One more
Posters.
chance.
Posters. We got posters, and they're actually posters of Dean naked, signed, right?
Oh, I've got naked. I do actually have posters of me naked when I did. I used to be like a fireman, so.
Oh, in a past life or in this life?
You wait till you see my hose.
Oh. Okay, Dink. Oh my god. Okay, so we actually got a question from the chat. Somebody wanted to know, kind of like how it happened in Far Cry 3, is there any funny moments with hallucinations at all in this? Any drug references?
I guess the whole game is really, you know,
Yeah, pretty
there's no
trippy
kind of,
itself.
yeah, there's no like specific like hallucinations at all. Like the whole game is kind of a weird mix of all different references and concepts all like thrown into one. So I guess yeah, the whole thing is a trip, man.
What was your favorite part about working on this title?
Um, I actually think it was when it was approved. Of just I kind of laughed a little bit. Um, of how the fuck, excuse me, PG. I've got to watch my language. It's not the attitude. It's not the attitude era anymore. I've got to, you know, reel in my stuff. Yeah, it was a pretty big surprise that it was greenlit. Really, you know, you don't normally see a lot of games like this get made, and I think that was one of the most fun moments. I think.
At what stage do they greenlight it? Like, how? I mean, do you already guys have a lot of it developed, or is it like starting from scratch? This is our idea, then we want to develop it. Like, where? At what
Well, you
point are
know,
they
we
like, you
had
can go?
you know, obviously we had Far Cry 3 already.
Yeah.
So you know, it's very clear that like the basic gameplay is going to work. But it was greenlit. Yeah, it was a first like PowerPoint presentation. But you know, the guys here, you know, they're pretty smart and pretty open um, and you know the presentation, you know, it was themed around nostalgia, and you
Yeah.
know, nostalgia is a very powerful tool. And you know, a lot of the guys that we work with, you know, they've been in the industry for a while, so they get that 80s and early 90s aesthetic, and you know, it was a time when the business was really booming, you know,
Yeah.
and yeah, it brings back a lot of memories for people, even